Welcome to the Memoir Network's Better Memoir Writing Master Classes. I have a goal for this video. I want to help you to develop and articulate your writing goals for the next 3 months, that is, the next 90 days. You can start your 3 months today, or you can start it at the beginning of the next week or at the first day of the next month. But don't put off creating a writing goal or writing goals. 3 months is taken from the business model, which uses quarters, 3 months, to implement plans. It is a useful way to set goals for 3 months. 3 months both gives you time to accomplish something and is not too long that you get distracted or discouraged. What exactly is a goal? A goal is a wish with a schedule and a timeline. If you don't have a schedule and a timeline, what you have is a wish and not a goal. Before we get going, be sure you have available some means of taking notes, a computer document or a paper and pencil. This video calls for you to be active. Please close at any time that you want to take a note and open it up once you're ready to continue with the video. By the end of this video, you will have a 3-month writing strategy plan. For those of you who do not know me, I am Denis Ledoux. I'm a writer, a teacher, and the founder of the Memoir Network. I'm so pleased that you have joined me today. This masterclass is brought to you by the Memoir Network's Developmental Editing Services. A developmental editor provides you with impartial feedback about your memoir's potential, be it your treatment of subject matter, your style, character development, pacing, the arc of your story, and so much more. Schedule a complimentary Get Acquainted session by going to the address listed in the description of this video. Oh yes, and I'm also going to give you a bonus at the end of this video, so stay tuned. Now let's begin the master class. Let's plan to achieve one of your writing goals in the next 3 months. Since you are listening to a Memoir Network video, I can safely assume that your writing goal is to write a memoir. But write a memoir is a big goal. For most of us, it is probably too big to accomplish in 3 months. So let's chunk the goal of writing a memoir down to something you can succeed at in only 3 months. You can zero in on what would feel really good to have accomplished in the next 90 days or 3 months. Make this goal slightly ambitious. Make it slightly a stretch for you. Don't let yourself off the hook by making your goal too small. You might write that you want to create 200 pages of a rough draft. 20 pages would be simply too small. Make this goal demonstrable. How will you know when you have succeeded at reaching your goal? A goal to write 200 pages is demonstrable. You can show when you have written 200 pages. To write excellent prose is not. There is too much leeway about what makes for excellent prose. You simply can't demonstrate that you have written excellent prose. Make this something you can do yourself. If your goal is to win accolades from major national review media, that is not something you can do yourself. You will need the agreement of reviewers, and they are not under your direct influence. You can't make them review your book. But a goal to send out 10 publicity packets on your book to national reviewers is something that you can do. You are the master of that task. When you have selected a goal, ask why you think you can achieve this goal in 3 months. Your answer might include the supports you have in place to succeed. For instance, you might write, My spouse is backing me up. My office space is already set up. I have more free time now than I used to have, so I can write a lot. How much of your goal is already in place? For instance, you might write, I have already written 50 pages of my 200-page goal. What is your motivation like? For instance, you might write, if I were to die, these memories would perish with me. My family would lose them. I must write them down. I already have speaking engagements lined up for a certain time soon after the 3-month period. I must complete this book to have it ready for these engagements. Now let's move on to what will get in the way of you succeeding at reaching your goal or goals. These need to be countered with remedial action. Here are some blockages. Lack of confidence. You might decide to make affirmations daily. Perhaps you have a lack of skills. You might enroll in a course or buy a book to study. Lack of discipline. You could create a calendar and make yourself follow it religiously. Lack of support. You could speak with people from whom you need backing. Negotiate with them for what you need. Perhaps you have a lack of belief in your project. Again, you could create daily affirmations. Or do you have a lack of time? Well, we're going to talk some more about that in a minute. The previous impediments are constrictions that, if not addressed and eliminated, may lead you to failure to meet your goal. Let's address right now the no time problem. No time is often an energy problem. Are you ready to improve your sleep, your nutrition, your exercise to increase your energy and facilitate your writing? But no time is often a problem of lack of discipline. Keep a time log of your activities for several days. You'll find you really do have more time than you think. Do you make trips into town for a gallon of milk? Grow a longer shopping list before you go into town and eliminate 1 or 2 trips per week. Will give you some writing time. Do you watch news reports for frequent and extended periods? What's that about? How well informed do you really need to be? I'm presuming that you are not a decision maker in international politics. Do you allow yourself to be disrupted? Don't let that happen. Your time is important. When you allow disruptions, you tell others that you do not have good boundaries. And in fact, you probably don't. Do you commute and have much dead time while you are traveling from home to work and work to home? Purchase a voice-to-text program to use to compose your memoir while you are traveling. Start using it on your commute time and write your book. Do you squander your best time for writing on smallish tasks like posting on Facebook? Now let's look at what you can put in place to eliminate these blockages I have just mentioned. It is absolutely necessary to create productive writing habits. Productive habits lead us quickly to accomplishing goals. Examples of productive habits would include, at 9 a.m. I will be in my office at my computer. Great habit. I will not do laundry if taking care of it extends into the start of my writing period, which is 9 a.m. By 9 a.m., the wet laundry must be out of the dryer or out on the lines. I will not watch news or go on Facebook until I have written 500 words, 3 pages, or 30 minutes. I will write every Saturday and Sunday morning between 9 and 12. To accomplish your 3-month goal, you will need to have discipline. You will need to have habits that support you. You will need a schedule and a timeline. Here is an example of a good habit. On my better days, when I have arrived at the evening only to realize that I have not written on my latest project, I have taken out my computer laptop and I have put in my time. My usual minimum is 30 minutes. While 30 minutes is not a lot of time really, it's amazing how much you can accomplish in 30 minutes if you do it on any day that you do not write for a longer period. Very often when I show up for my 30 minutes, I continue for much longer. Now here's an example of a bad habit. Negative thoughts are also a habit. You got to keep that in mind. They are bad ones. Use positive affirmations to replace negative thought. Replace the bad habit of saying to yourself, I'm not good at writing. Use the good habit of affirming every day, I am writing better and better memoir. This video is reaching its end, but first, after it ends, I want to tell you to write down a writing schedule that extends over the next 3 months. Use specific dates in your schedule. How many pages do you intend to write per month and per week? Using the month as a time frame also allows you to pay back writing time that you have not put in yet. Always pay back time that you have not met so as to meet your quota, your quarter quota. Do you need to research parts of your story? When are you going to do that? Where is it that you're going to do your research? Do you need a coach or an editor? Make an appointment now. See a URL in the video description. Will you use beta readers? When is it appropriate for you to reach out to them? If you are nearing the end of your book, how will you publish it? Allot time to research options. What else do you need to schedule in order to meet your goal or your goals? In conclusion, when you write with a schedule and a timeline and have a precise goal, you are more likely to meet your objective than if you merely write as much as you can. The text for this video is on our blog. See the video description for the address if you would like to read the text. Oh yes, I promised you a bonus. It's a link to one of my affirmation videos. And remember, inch by inch, it's a cinch. Yard by yard, it's hard. Good luck and keep writing.